chapter of Matthew. Who have read this? Matthew 24. Let's look at something. I've read it too. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I read it to the full extent I have started to, but I've read it to the full extent. How many read Matthew? Pretty much the whole chapter 24 Matthew. How have you viewed it? We're going to ask each one of you, how have you viewed it, this 24th chapter of Matthew? You know, just read it, and how have you viewed it? How did you see the 24th chapter of this one Bible story? How did you see the 24th chapter of Matthew in light? How have you saw it?
You know?
Yeah, that's what we, yeah.
It opens up an introduction about Daniel, the last couple chapters of Daniel, about desolation, destruction.
Mm-hmm. 67 verse. Mm-hmm.
And it brings out, clarifies some of the prophecies John had in Revelations, also in the 9th, 10th, and 11th chapter of Revelation. It clarifies it, what Jesus was talking about the ending of time and getting us set up for the warnings and what we should be watchful for and the signs for when he comes.
A lot of times when I read in this chapter, a lot of times it reminds me of today's time. And because a lot of things that I've read in there, and I look at life as a whole, and I see a lot of the things has been unfolded to us today. I mean, it just look like it's just coming fast. I mean, and the longer we live, the faster it gets. And I think it's more like letting us know, we want to know, you know, the end is coming.
Dr. How do you view?
I've read it, but I haven't done a great study on it. But I agree what you said, because a lot of it is Christ warning us, warning the church, you know, about what's going to take place, what some have already taken place, you know, in these last days. Mm-hmm. You know, how we should be deceived, and how the false prophets and teachers, you know, go deceive the church and stuff. But that's mostly what I, got out of it. But you know, for these last days, that the church not looking for, recognizing, even teaching some, like some churches don't get into this because of their denomination and their doctrine. But it's preparing the church for these last days.
What I'm seeing, especially concerning, we're going to pick up some of these verses, I don't think the church will be prepared as they should. I really don't. I don't think the church is getting what I would say the leaders is not getting the people prepared like it goes on said, I think before, as it was in the days of Noah, they weren't prepared. And I think a lot of that is going on today. I don't think we've been prepared. Like we've often said, I don't even hear them talking about the rapture no more. You got people that come, especially just say the new convert that coming in. They probably can't take, especially they have not been a student of the Bible, study the Bible. They probably know what the rapture is. They don't know. So it's not preparing the people like they should. And there again, the same thing happened in the days of Noah. We have to put it out today. The people weren't prepared. No, they didn't get prepared. Even though Noah was preaching, they were prepared. Today, it just seems like they kind of, it seems kind of like now, we're more likely preaching what people want to hear. Not prepared, people for the future and what we hear in the wars. It seems like people not even get prepared for that. It's most like now we're living in a comfort zone. We satisfied with things being preached and just continue to let me live in a comfort zone. That ain't what we head to now. No. I'm seeing this more and more. This is not what we head to. And again, it points back to the leader. Like I said, we're going to pick up some of these verses. It point more back to the leaders. Everybody see what we're saying? People not being prepared. You could go out here and you could ask a new convert, say, what the meaning? What is the rapture? Most of them probably couldn't tell you. They don't even know. Because they're not being taught. So again, we as a leader, we got to prepare the people. I'm not looking at what other churches, I'm talking about new birth.
That's
Amen.
right.
It's true.
You know, that's my job is prepare new birth.
That's right.
You know, I'm not talking leaders down because that's not my job.
Right.
My job is to get new birth prepared before we hit the wall and what we face with right now.
Right now. Yeah.
So let's pick up on some of these verses and we'll come on down. Well, this is the teaching of Jesus because it's in red. He said Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and the disciple came to him for to show him the building of this temple. Look at the second verse. And Jesus said unto them, let's just stop right there. Let's just stop. Where we go in the second, then we pick both of them and go on. And Jesus said unto them, see not all these things. Verily I say unto you, there shall be not one left here, one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down. Let me just say before we get into it. If you notice something, the disciple was probably taking Jesus through the temple, and they were showing Jesus how beautiful this temple was. But you know what? He wasn't impressed. Do everybody see that?
Right, right.
Jesus wasn't impressed about the temple. I mean, beautiful is what it was, a beautiful temple. But he was not impressed with it. So again, it's giving us, I think it's giving us something to kind of view on too. We shouldn't be impressed with what everybody's impressed with.
That's right.
That's
You
true.
know, we get so caught up. We caught up in so many things, you know, that the world caught up into. We impressed with. Jesus wasn't impressed with. They probably showed Jesus all these things. And then impressed Jesus. Pretty much Jesus was like, yeah. Then he went on, then he gave a view, said, well, let me, you know, since y'all impressed, let me tell you what's going to happen to the temple. And he told me exactly what's going to happen to it.
Right.
Don't get impressed with what everybody's impressed with.
Right.
Do everybody see that?
Amen.
Beautiful temple. I told you, Brother Price said he was down in, I think it's in Atlanta, somewhere, and they went into the Catholic church. He said it was a beautiful. I mean, he was fascinated by it. What you done me tell you that?
Yes, sir, I was there.
He was fascinated by it. And then I thought about it too. I said, listen, this is stuff that men build.
That's right.
Men build stuff. To be honest with you, I ain't fascinated about this stuff.
Amen.
I'm not caught up and I'm not fascinated by it at all. I don't care how, you know, I don't care how beautiful it is. I don't care how much money it took to do it. I'm not impressed. You know why? Because I'm not going to stand.
No, it was not.
Do everybody see that?
Amen.
Before we go off into the third verse, anybody got anything you want to say in the first and second verse? And we're going to go into the third. And we'll pick up some of these verses.
I see something, and see the thing of it was, they was coming to show Jesus of natural stuff, but Jesus was more interested in them building themselves and getting them built up. And so what happened is people have turned away from spiritual building and just going out to build it naturally. Every time you turn around, somebody want to build something natural. But how many lives are you changing? How many people are you building for Christ?
That's right.
And see, that's what Christ wanted to get them to see. Christ wanted them to get to see, well, look here, you are the temple. You got to be built.
That's right.
And so what I got to do, I got to teach you how to build you, because this right here going to be told now. And I'm going to try to build you so you be able to stand.
You're absolutely right. God showed me some time back his son, they built beautiful buildings, but they ain't building something.
That's
That's
right.
it.
He said, God don't care about no building.
That's right.
You know, God is concerned about soul, not a building.
That's
You know,
right.
he showed me that some years ago. He said, they, you know, they're still building beautiful building, but not soul. And that's absolutely right. But that's what God is concerned about, building lives. Okay.
And to me, the scriptures saying to me that Jesus was letting them know that this temple have served its purpose. That I'm here. They can catch it right then. So that's why he wasn't impressed with it. It was like that this temple is where the Israels and the children of God came to worship. But it have served its purpose. I'm here so I can dwell in y'all. Y'all gonna become my temple.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely true. The third verse. And as Jesus sat up on the mountain of Olives, the disciple came to him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? They just stop right there. What were they saying? Just in the third verse, what were they saying?
Yeah. Jesus was already there, but they wasn't understanding, that when Christ come back, they don't. I don't think they really understood the rapture either, and they definitely didn't understand the end times. That he was trying to explain them spiritual things, and and they want to know, like people want to know now, and people try to say it now. When the end time, put a date to it, and if you know the end time will be tomorrow, you will sin all the day that day, all you can get and do, but then repent and be ready to go tomorrow. But he said he come as a thief, in the night. So we do just be prepared, and just like you saying, prepare the temple, this temple right here. Because we don't know, they don't know, even Christ don't know when he's coming back. And they want to prepare a building which go perish. Everything in Jesus' time to build a majority of them, they show you done perish. They done fell down, they done perished, they found a little bit of brick here, a little bit there. But he wants us to be prepared in our spiritual walk with him. These bodies go perish. So we can't depend upon them either. That we live in, so, I don't think they would have understood if he told them.
Really, they did. They did. They really did. A lot of stories hit from them anyway. They just didn't. They wouldn't know anyway. Jesus talking spiritual thing. The disciples always view things in the natural because they didn't have insight. So to be honest with you, a lot of people don't know this. But when Jesus sent them out, he sent them out with one message. The king, go preach the kingdom of his hand. That's all the message they had. So they really didn't know what Jesus was talking about. Jesus was talking about a future event, which they know nothing about. And wouldn't go know nothing about it until the day of Pentecost. They wouldn't know nothing about it. So you're absolutely right. Okay, anybody just in the third verse. But there's a threefold question. Now, this is a question that they asked. Watch what he said. He said, and as Jesus sat up on the mountain of Olives, the disciple came to him privately, saying, the first thing they asked him, watch it, now underline it. Tell us, when shall these things be? That was the first thing they asked. That's a question. When shall he? It was actually the three parts that they were saying. That's the first thing they asked. Say, when shall these things be? The second thing was, and what should be a sign? That's another one. You see that? That was the threefold question that they asked. When shall these things be? When shall and what should be a sign? And the last thing they asked, the third thing was, and the end of the age, the end of the world. That was the threefold question. Do you see that? See what it said? When shall these things be? If in King James, it's a question. That was y'all Bible.
Yeah.
That would caught my attention. I said, well, there was a question that he was asking, saying, when shall these things be? It said, what shall be a sign of thy coming? That's the second thing. And the last thing, in the end of the age, or the end of the world. That was a threefold question. Do you see that?
And two, was they also asking a question, when will the temple be torn down?
Some of the writers did talk about that. Some of the writers did talk about it, yeah.
Also in these questions, they were asking.
That's right. Because the threefold question that he asked, and like I said, they couldn't understand. He said, when shall these things be? They won't know when he's going to be. Now, what you talking about? Again, you're talking about the temple. He said, when shall these things be? That was the first thing. The second thing was, and what shall be the sign of thy coming? Tell us what's going to be the sign of your coming back. See, that's the only thing we can go by.
That's it.
You know, prophesizing. A lot of people prophesize.
Yeah.
Later that going on.
A lot of prophesize. Where he coming back, you know. No, they didn't even know.
No, he didn't.
They had walked with him a little over 3 years, 3.5 years. To be honest with you, you know, Christ was getting ready to, actually was getting prepared to go to the cross. That's what he prepared for. So they want to know, say, well, what's going to be the sign of our coming? I was telling Bishop back there, son, we were talking. I said, let me tell you something. The only thing that we can go by is the sign. That's all. Don't get company prophesied.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? They didn't even know. You know what? And Jesus didn't even tell them. He just started talking about the same. In the last part of it say, in the end of the world, the end of the age. When the end of the world comes. See what I'm saying? He didn't know.
He didn't know.
Jesus didn't know. He said he didn't know himself. You everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
Yes, and they didn't even really understand yet him being crucified that he was leaving.
That's right.
You know, they didn't even get that first. They didn't understand that.
That's right. That's right. That's right. It was hid from them.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God it didn't hear from us.
True.
Okay, anything else before we get any further? Again, this is what we got to watch out for. I'm not caught up into a whole lot of, you know, yeah. I'm looking after the sign. You see what I'm saying? If we in those, if we walking in them signs, if do all the signs point to coming of Christ? Question, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Sure it is.
Everything that we're going through here,
Yeah.
it points back to the kingdom.
It's pointing towards. We look at some of it. A good friend of mine drive an 18-wheeler. And you know, you gotta be careful. He drive an 18-wheeler. He came by the house, me and him were talking yesterday. He brought me something. And we were talking. He said, Kevin, you know what? He said, I was on the yard. He said, I was out there on the shift yard. And he said, this pretty girl came through. He said, caught everybody takes a really, you know, he said, it's a cause my too. Now let face to face, men will look at women. That don't mean you lusted.
No.
Women look at men, that don't mean they lusted.
That's right.
He very cast about it. He said, Kim, I looked. He said, I looked. He said, cause she was very pretty. Had long hair, way down the back. And said, I went into the office. He said, I had to go in the office. He said, now I walked in there. Guess what that was? A man. It was a man.
Say what, Bishop?
Man. He said pretty. He said most women I see pretty. Hair way down the back. Pretty shape. It was a man. Did not Paul tell us that these were going to be some of the signs?
Yeah.
See, that's what I watch, you know. I look at the signs. When I come along, that was very rare. You know how to, you know, if they did it, they kept it hidden.
Yeah.
But you know what a bummer, you know, he signed that it's all right that everything can all come out the closet, everything. So I told him too. I said, there's some of the signs that Paul talked about. He said she was very pretty. Again, we watch the signs. Watch the signs. Not so much prophecy. We watch the signs. And there's a lot of signs that's going on today. You know, when you start talking about, again, I think it's further in the scripture, you start talking about these earthquakes. These are popping up now. These are popping up.
Yeah.
I mean, and they ain't just, now, when I came along, we had bad thunderstorms. But you know, I had too many twisters and tornadoes, all this kind of stuff when I came along. Bad storm. But now, ain't this one of the signs?
Yeah.
When we look at it, we talked about that. Let's watch the signs. It's almost like, thank you, Holy Ghost. It's almost like traveling.
Jesus.
When you travel, you got to watch the signs.
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We watch the sign when you travel. You can't, if you ain't got no map or GPS, what that thing GPS? If you ain't got a GPS, you talking, I'm gonna take off and go to New York. You ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. If you ain't got a map or GPS, you're not gonna make it. You watch the sign.
Amen.
So the same thing, Jesus prepared us to say, watch the signs. What that was, wiped out all this stuff, about 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Okay.
Yeah, what that was?
Now I don't know.
Bahamas. They say like a bomb had dropped.
Wiped it out.
Like a bomb had dropped. Several places, when these Chinese thing go through, it just like a bomb done dropped through. So what it is, these are signs. This what Christ is preparing to watch. Start watching the signs. Let me tell you, I believe why he's saying this here, because it's going to be so well preached. I'm going to be honest with you, huh? You know, I'm not a prophet. I tell people I'm not a prophet, not the son of a prophet. But I have said some things that come to pass. I promise you, the more and more we come towards the Christ, the less and less you're going to hear preached of this year. It's a trick of the enemy. The enemy don't want to be prepared. Do everybody see this?
Right.
Let's go ahead. Anything else everybody wants to say before we go here now? I'm in agreement with this.
Amen.
True.
Amen.
Look at the 4th verse. And Jesus answered said unto them, talking about the 12, take heed, the word he mean warning. Take warning that no man. What did he say?
No man.
What?
No man.
No man. It don't matter. I don't care what he got. I don't care what he got behind his name. I don't care how much of Greek he know. I don't care how much of Hebrew he know. I don't care how much of Aramaic he know. It doesn't make any difference. He said, don't let no man deceive you. No man.
No man.
Right.
And people coming up, you know, all this, you know, they throwing all this Hebrew and all this stuff out there, and people just taking it in, don't even know what it means.
Sure. Sure, you're right.
They don't even know what it means. But you know, it sounds good. It sounds good. Everybody don't know Aramaic. I don't want to know it. Because first of all, if I know what good it's going to do to somebody that lost,
No.
you're going to have to talk Aramaic. What they going to do?
No good.
Ain't going to do nobody no good. So he's telling them, he say, don't let no man deceive you. And trust me, there's a lot of people are being deceived.
Yes.
And they're being deceived by the multitude. Amen?
Amen.
Anything else we want to say that we're going to, like I said, we just going to keep moving.
Why do, according to the denomination, that the ministers will not, they do not minister on the Holy Spirit, they will not minister on what we getting tonight. You know, they go through the feel good and God gonna make it all right and all of that, you know, but the people sitting in church with no idea. But the people gonna be responsible.
Would people be responsible?
Yeah, for not knowing, even if they not being taught. Will a members be responsible for not knowing not knowing this word like this?
Okay. Remember I said you shake your head what you got to say about it.
Yeah, they would, because Paul said, study to make yourself improve unto God. And also, Daniel made a prophecy that goes back to this. He said the word would be reached in all parts of the world. Right now, it's so easy to turn on the TV and watch the preaching of the word. You know, you study your Bible with it. It's easy to get on the internet. Bible is one of the easiest things to get access to. Now they're taking them out of hospitals and motels and stuff. You hardly, you know, don't see them, but they're easy access to get into. Most of all you hear now is preaching. But this also part of the prophet Jesus is going to say later on in this chapter. But he said it's going to reach all the corners of the earth. Right now, anybody around the world can get the ministry. This part of one of the prophets. So if I'm sitting up on something that don't feel right with my spirit, and I don't take the time to study the Bible, it's not the man behind. He gonna get charged anyway. He gonna get his portion anyway. But it's still my responsibility to go back and study to make sure it's right.
Absolutely right. Every individual, if you're old enough accountability, you are responsible. I hear this lady was talking about, she was in what you call these false claims. Coats was in it. And so she was in it, she said she didn't know the coat, so she ended up getting in it. And so after she stayed there for a while, so she started seeing things went right. And so she turned on her TV and she heard her preaching. And she said it didn't sound like nothing. And so we were reading from the Bible, so it didn't sound like nothing we would get. Say God let her out and all her family. So if you be deceived because you want to be deceived, you see what I'm saying? in this hour, like Brother May was saying, the gospel being preached. It's rare, but the gospel being preached. But again, I promise you, here in America, ain't too many homes you can't go in and won't find one Bible. Ain't saying they study it.
Yeah, but it's there.
But that's right. It's there. So you are responsible. Why are we here at New Birth? Why are we here? I was a member at Piney Grove for a long time. Got family members still at Piney Grove. Went there, you know, for my youth, for my childhood. Why did God bring me out over here? Why? Because God knew that I wanted truth.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to reject truth. But I won't get to that. But we were shared with a gentleman one time. He was a Baptist. I started to open up. But he was so caught up into the Baptist. Again, I got good Baptist, you know, brothers and sisters in the Lord. I'm not talking him down. But he said this hymn. He said, I'm born in Baptist, I'm going to die in Baptist. That guy looked and said, no, you're born in sin. You don't get saved, you're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die in sin. So it's not because, like you said, the gospel not being preached. The gospel being out all across the world. The problem is, do people want it?
Right.
You know, if you want it, it's available. But again, to go back to answer your question, let's look at something right quickly. Let's go to the second chapter. Very for me, we talk about it all the time, but it answers the question why people today being deceived. 2 Timothy, 4th chapter, starting in the first verse. Paul is writing to his son Timothy. Timothy, his son in mental one, he burst. Paul birthed Timothy into him, that's why they call him his son. I charge you, therefore, before God and the Lord Jesus Christ, who shall judge the quick and the dead as his appearance in his kingdom. Preach the word, be instant in season. Be instant in season and out of season. Reprove, rebuke, and exalt with all long suffering and doctrine. The third verse, this will everybody, a lot of people that do not want the truth. This way they is, one that don't want the truth. What's the third verse? He said, for the time will come when they will not endure what?
Sound doctrine.
You think we ain't in them days?
Yes, sir.
They ain't somewhere down the road, we in right now. He said, the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust, should they do what?
He
To themselves, teachers, having engineers.
What did that say?
They just want to hear what they want to hear.
That's exactly right. You know, I think I heard you say it. You done said it before. We have come across. I want to hear that one over there. I like that one over there. I like this. What the difference? I don't care who he is. If he preaching the gospel, what difference do it make?
That's right.
But you know why we like that one? He said what you want to hear.
All right.
That's what he's saying. It's a time will come. They don't want to endure sound doctrine. He said, but after their own what?
Lust, self-teachers, and having engineers.
Can I goes on to say, in the fourth verse, they should turn away. They should turn. Not. They're not getting it.
They turn away from from the truth, and shall be turned to favor.
That's exactly right. But didn't the scripture say it didn't talk about they weren't getting it? He said they turning away from the truth. So I'm saying that what you're acting right there. A lot of people they know the truth, but they don't actually want it. They want to come into a church or try to preach what they want to hear.
Right.
But he said it wasn't not in these last days. That don't mean the truth not being presented, but they turn away from the truth.
Right.
And they turn to people they turn to one that tell them what they want. He said having itching ears. So I'm saying, and they turn to favors. I like that over there. I like this one. I like this one. Somebody that come flat-footed and stand bold and preach the gospel, they don't want that.
No.
They'll turn away from that.
No.
So this is what Paul said. This is the hour we're in right now. That's another sign. So I'm saying this is another sign. We're in the last days. Get what I'm saying?
And when some of them be teaching only what the people want to hear.
That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. So that's what he's saying. In these last days, this is what Paul said. In these last days, they're going to turn away from the truth, and they're going to turn to favors. Okay.
And something that stands out to me too is they say they heap to themselves teachers. A lot of people that teaching false doctrine, you can't if you ask them who did they come up under, or who was their pastor, or who was they under, they can't tell you that because they don't have one. They felt like, you know, that they had the authority to go out and preach it themselves. But all of us, even now, you have to be up under somebody. You know, you might not need a certificate or a slip or a paper, but even the disciples on up, even the prophets in the Old Testament, they was under somebody. You know, so, you know, who are you teaching from? You know, how I know you a man and woman of God? Who is, you know, who taught you? You know, if I go back and talk to them and they're going to tell me good news about you, you know, what is your background, you know? So back to what you were saying, like that, you know, everybody feel like they can teach the Bible. Just because, you know, I understand the Bible, that don't mean I have the authority to get behind the pulpit.
That's right.
You know, who is you under?
You're absolutely right. It got to be important. Jesus took time out to teach.
Yes, he did.
3.5 years.
Yes, he did.
He taught them. And I'm talking about they were with him every day.
Yeah.
They didn't go home just on occasion. They would maybe pass through a time like Jesus passed through Peter's time. One time we went past Peter's house and his mother-in-law, Peter's wife mother, they was sick. But he took time out, 3.5 years, and just taught them the word. He didn't, in other words, he poured the word into them. When people said to me, talking about, I don't have to go to church because I got a TV pastor. A TV pastor? Who praying for you? How you been carried with a TV pastor? I hear people say, I have heard people say, this is my faith, that's my pastor. I ain't never even seen
I
that.
don't even know.
That's my pastor. No, that's your crutch. You don't want to go to church, that's your crutch. You want to sit at home, listen to 10 or 15 minutes of what they call a TV preacher, and then go out and do whatever you want to do.
That's it.
That's all that is. You mean to tell me out of all of these churches, and trust me, United States got a bunch of them. Out of all of these churches, you can't find none that that suit you. They got them wherever come. You follow what I'm saying? TV pastors, TV ministers. No, they're what you call fables. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this is one of the signs Paul talked about in these last days. People don't want to hear the gospel no more. Anybody else want to bring anything up before we go back? Do everybody see this?
Yes, yes, it is so true.
Okay, let's go back to where we were. You know, I was reading today. A prophet prophesied this year, and I said, Lord, it's real right now. He said, not for bread. He said, but for the word of God. Jesus talked about a family. Talking about a family. I would be, and then I might get some criticized about this here. And some kickback too. There's a family for the word right now. There's a family. Yeah. People are running around everywhere. They're over here. They're running around everywhere. He said they're running 2 and 4. And they like that now, they're just running 2 and 4. But again, because the word is so rarely being preached, he said there's gonna come a time, he said, that there will be a family. Not for water, not for food. He said, but for the word of God. It's like that right now. It's a family right now. So this is why God depends upon us. I'm talking about, I ain't just talking about new births. I'm talking about people that done made a stand for God. So look, I'm not going to back down.
Right.
I might not get no whole lot of, compliment or, whatever, how people want publicity. We might not get a lot of publicity, but as long as I preach God, like Paul said, he was talking about, he said, if we be a man pleaser, we sure can't please God.
Okay.
So many people want to be a man pleaser.
Right.
Amen, Bishop, amen.
I got, well, I didn't know.
But it's the truth anyway.
It's true.
Men pleaser.
That's true.
That's what's happening.
God ain't looking for no man pleaser. God looking for some God pleaser.
That's
Not for
right.
no man pleaser. Jesus wasn't famous.
That's no.
Paul wasn't famous.
No, they wouldn't.
None of those men were famous. But today we got people, they want to be famous.
Yeah, you can't touch it.
Can you do what?
You touch it.
No,
Okay.
and two, Bishop, and the fearful part about it is, a lot of these men have, come out and, they're not into the denominational thing. It has ushered over into the realm of what we call non-denominational and all. It has ushered over into some of them. And the only thing they want to do is make their people feel good, make their people comfortable in sin. Instead of just preaching sin is wrong and getting people delivered. they fell over into that trap, you know, to favor the people so the people can keep coming. And so I mean, if I got to preach like that, I'd rather not preach. But if I'm going to preach, I might want to tell the truth. I'd rather be stoned for the truth than die and go to hell for telling the untruth.
That's right. You know, the brother that was here, white brother that was himself, him and I were talking. He said something. He said, isn't it sad? He said, everybody done seen that now to come together but the church.
It's the truth.
That's true.
It's the
He
truth.
said, church is not together.
No, it's
He
not.
said, we don't come together in the restaurant. We don't come together in the school. We don't come together now. We can go to these hotels. You know, one time we couldn't go to them. You know, the black race could. He said, we don't come together for everything but the church. They'll let you know the church got a problem.
Sure do.
This problem.
It is.
You know, we can't come together, but all of us think, you know, everybody say they're going to help, but we can't get together right here. It's a problem with that.
Sure is.
But again, we're in the last days, and it's never on down.
Yes, it is.
Let's go ahead on. The 5th verse. For many shall come in my name, saying I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Whew. Stop right there. What did that say?
They're letting us know that everybody come in the name of Jesus ain't of Jesus. Another way he said, another way they could say, going to be many come in his name. There be going to be many using his name, claiming that they're the one, they've been born again. I'm the one. Follow me, follow me. Many gonna follow, but they're gonna be deceived. Because they're gonna be following a wolf with sheep clothing on.
That's exactly
A
right.
sharp man with words. Got no power.
That's exactly right. Anybody else?
And I had done some research too, and they have I've seen it on YouTube where these men, they call themselves dressed the way they thought Jesus was dressed, long hair and everything, got these compound and say they themselves. It is more than one. It's a lot of them. More than one saying themselves that they is Jesus, they is Christ. And people are following them. And they had one man that said he was Christ. And people come out of their churches and was following this man. And anyway, that he gonna be raised back up again. But this man ended up dying. He was sick and he died. So where is their Jesus? What they really do for real, have men out here today that's walking this earth and saying they Jesus Christ. And people, lots and lots of people are following them.
That's exactly right. Again, it goes back and says, don't let no man
Ain't that right?
deceive you. Anybody come and tell me I'm Christ?
I'm gone.
Listen, you tell me you Christ. One thing you see in my head.
That's right, I'm gone.
How you gonna be Christ? But it goes back to like Bishop Bible was saying. They come and saying they're Christ. They come in Christ's name. He said Christ said it himself. He said many come to me on that day and talking about all the great work that they done. They was coming. They was coming in his name. And what did he say he gonna tell them?
Depart from me. I was working iniquity. I never knew
He
you.
what?
I never knew
I
you.
never did know you, but when they say they were coming in his name,
Yeah.
and so this is what he said right here. He said, and many shall come in my name, saying I'm Christ. And going to see many. Do everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, anything else anybody want to bring out on that?
Yes.
And two Bishop, that saying what they said right there at the end, he said, in my name, then he said, saying, they me. He said, they said they me. Ain't what one me now. I'm the Christ. But they gonna say that they're Christ. And then people gonna flock after them like it is today. There's a lot of people running around, especially in these big cities and stuff, saying they're Christ, and people flocking after them like kind of multitude. Thank God for those small churches who teach the truth that we can't be fooled that easy. We might be fooled on some things, but we ain't gonna be no fool on that end.
People being deceived there. They being
By the
deceived.
multitude.
And but I still say when people do that, they want to be deceived. You know, it's not because you don't know. That's just like somebody tell you, I done stuck my hand in the fire and I tell you, so that fire burned, but you say, well, I got to try it. Well, you go ahead on. I mean, all you got to do is just look at me.
Yeah.
But see, if people today, like I say, folk being deceived because they want to be deceived.
Right.
You know, ain't nobody know. I'm talking about Christ. You're not Christ. You may come in his name, but you're not Christ.
No, you're not.
So that's what he says in Matthew 24. He said, many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. The 6th verse, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For kingdom shall rise against kingdom. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, and pestilence, and earthquakes, and dire places. Let's stop this right there. Is this taking place?
Yes,
It
sir.
is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
All the time. Fast, too.
These are signs. These are signs that Christ is talking about, like he was telling them in that 3rd chapter. These are signs. And you shall hear of wars. You shall hear wars and rumors of wars. War breaking out everywhere.
Everywhere.
And rumors of wars. It says, see that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Do you see what that's saying?
Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nations, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes, and dire places. All these things is happening. Anything anybody want to bring up will go on. Again, these are signs. These are signs that we got to look at them. You know, and it seems like more and more the pestilence, you know, if you get rid of one, some more come. So all these things, he said, we're going to be a sign of but he said the end is not yet. You know what I believe he said the end? Wonder why he said the end is not yet? Wonder why? He said the end is not yet.
All the signs ain't finished.
It's all okay. All the signs is not finished.
Like in Revelation, when you get into Revelation, you have to go through Revelation too.
Yeah, there's some things.
These are the signs. And then all these different kind of diseases that's coming on the earth now, you know. And I heard a minister say they're going to release more disease from on the earth among the people. And a lot of these diseases come out of labs. You know, they come out of labs and stuff. And too, you know, and then the animal kingdom begin to come against the human kingdom. You know, it's something serious, Bishop, and it's really scary.
Well, we don't have to be. You know, we don't have to be. Because again, this is the kingdom of the world, but we're in the kingdom of God. So, you know, we don't have to really fear this kind of stuff coming. He's just telling us what's going to happen. This is going to happen out there in the world. And sometimes, you know, we need to just stop and that's it, to just take it step by step. Like you're talking about family. You know, a family, what's a family?
No food.
No food, starve.
That's exactly right.
Dry land.
And the earth right now is about to be overpopulated. It's about to be. Why do you think all these people now is trying to get to these countries where they feel like a lot of food and stuff and plentiful in the land? You got people flocking over here by the thousands trying to get to you. They're flocking here trying to get into Russia. They're trying to get into different places where they feel. Why? Because there's a shortage of food. So there's a bad families now. And this, well, I'm going to say it anyway. This is why the government is trying to thin out the population. Doing it with food, doing it in air, doing it in water, doing it with all kinds of things because this country is about to be overpopulated. That's a family. We keep going where we're going, it's going to be a bad family. Do everybody see that? So that's a sign that Jesus is saying because Jesus said himself that they're going to be a family. There's going to be pestilence, there's going to be earthquakes in diverse places. All of these are saying. They need to be taught. Okay, anything else about my right now before we go in?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why, you know, I've been in and out of Revelations, and people seem like Revelations is a scary book, but actually it's not. It's to reveal, to open up your eyes to get revelation from. But like you said earlier, if you don't study Matthews, if you don't study Daniel, if you don't study Isaiah, and if you don't study the Revelations, you know, it kind of seems like a scary book. That's why a lot of people won't get into it, because they feel like, you know, they're not able to accomplish, you know, this stuff anyway. But that's not how it is. It's to get the saints of of God ready for this. And that's why I hear people, you know, I said last week, when God says it, I don't care how you try to override it, you cannot override it. When God says it, it says it. People say, I can't believe the word getting worse and worse. We got to do something. The word getting worse and worse. All that we got to do is keep faith and keep each other strong and pray, because it's going to get worse, because the Bible says it is. You know, you're going to jump on board with these people talking about some world peace and world peace. If it ever become world peace, we're really in danger. Because that's when the Antichrist definitely step on the stream. He said when the world gets so bad and then it just get peaceful, that's when you better be scared, when there is world peace. But right now, it's to get us side up for the return of Christ. That's why it's good to study these chapters and these verses like this. You know, I talked to somebody last week, and they were talking about everybody's, you know, it's God's will for everybody to be rich. No, that's not Bible. You know, it's for us to come together and be rich with God, to know His word, so we can be prepared for the end time. Because when they start taking away money, and when you can't buy nothing, you get the mark of the beast. You see what I'm saying? What good is the money and stuff then? You know, it's our faith in God what keeps us prosperous and good, you know, for us to be strong, so when these days come. So times are getting worse. It's not getting better.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Times are getting worse and not better.
Yeah, it ain't gonna get no better.
No, it's not.
No, it's getting worse
Every day.
and worse. Matter of fact, Paul talked about it. He said it'll grow worse and worse. So we can't turn back. You know, when God says something, He meant what He said. He's not going back on His word. If He said it's gonna get worse, it's gonna get worse. Whether you prepared or not prepared, it's gonna get worse. But again, to go back to what Dr. Allen just said, we don't have to fear. We don't have to fear. I think the next verse bring that out too. But we don't really have to fear. But He warned. It's a warning to us. The world ain't paying us no attention.
No.
The world just think, well, it just happened. This is the way it is. That's not the way it is. He's trying to prepare His people. Noah went around 120 years preparing the people, but they still didn't get prepared. So what Christ doing had changed some of the other apostles and the prophet, like you just said in the Old Covenant, He's telling us, get prepared. Can we look at a scripture? We'll look at it in a few minutes. Then I went back to Him. He warned us.
Yes, He is.
Be ready. Don't let it catch you off guard.
Right.
Let's go to Thessalonians. Again, the main thing tonight is what? What is the main thing that what we're really saying tonight?
Be prepared.
What is it?
Be prepared.
Be prepared. You know, I might have said this to Newburgh before. When I was down in Fort Jackson, was it in Fort Jackson? Yeah. One or two. Fort Jackson. No, I think it was in Colorado. It was in Colorado. A big riot broke down in Washington, D.C. Big riot broke down. It really kind of getting out of control where they were calling the National Guard. So what they did, they called it us. They called us Colorado and said, listen, there's a big riot going down there in Washington, D.C. We think that we're going to move y'all down there. So the commander don't come to us and get prepared, so because we might have to go to Washington. So we'll take all of it, everything, put it in our duffel bag and be ready. So we said that first day, we didn't go. They didn't call. We said that, I think we said that like about a week and a half, then about a call. So finally it comes in, where they got it cleared out, y'all ain't to go. Y'all ain't got to go. But what were they telling us?
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Listen, have everything ready. You can't got time to get packed. Because we get ready to move, we gonna move. You can't sit here, and start to get ready. Same thing, what we just saying. God is telling us tonight, get prepared, be ready, be watchful. That's what he tell him when he said, take heed. Listen, he warning us to be ready. Don't be like the people was in the days of Noah. Paul talked about it, some other writer talked about it. You see what I'm saying? So again, I'm talking about new birth. It's my responsibility, Bishop Bible's responsibility, Dr. Allen's responsibility, all the men to give. It's our responsibility to have the people ready. We don't never know.
Right.
He said, the time you think not, that's the time you're going to come.
Jesus.
You know, so a lot of people, well, I got a lot of time. You don't know how much time you got.
No, you don't.
So our job, Bill, be ready.
Amen.
Let's look at some of the right what Paul said about it. If this is all right.
Yes, it is.
It's the word.
Watch what Paul said. 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the time and the season, brethren, you have need that I write unto you. For you yourself know perfect that the day of the Lord so coming as what?
Thief in the night.
He gonna come as a what?
Thief in the night.
What is Paul saying?
Be ready.
Nobody
No matter when it comes, you better be ready.
What's he saying?
Nobody know when it comes, but you better
Do you
be
think
ready.
a thief gonna pronounce it?
No,
Say,
it's
look
not.
here. I know y'all going to Lancaster, or I know y'all going to Charlotte. When y'all leave, I'm gonna break in your house.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the TV. I'm gonna get the VCR. I'm gonna get a few shotguns. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get as much as I can. You think he gonna pronounce and let you know?
No.
You're not gonna know. Paul has said the same thing. He said the time and the season don't nobody know.
Yes.
He said, this is how he gonna come. I'm looking at it though. I'm looking at it and start catching my attention. I say, he can't be talking about the rapture. It goes back what you said. We get chance, but get into it. When he talked about Daniel, the fifth and the sixth verse in Matthew, it could have been talking about the rapture. When you start talking about Daniel, so I'm looking at that. I said, it can't be the rapture. It can't be. So I learned something, and I see what y'all on it. Y'all was on the mark. Y'all taught me something. Praise God. But see what Paul is saying right here in that second verse. For you yourself know perfect that the day of the Lord so come as a thief in the night. And when they shall say what?
Peace and safety.
Ain't that what you just said?
Yeah.
You just said that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Therefore you better start get scared.
Yeah.
Watch what it say. What it goes on to say.
Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Didn't that what you were just saying?
Jesus.
You were just saying that. See, and now you strip to bear out what you were just saying. We better be scared. We better start the world when everybody can start talking about peace and peace. Peace, you know. Paul said then that sudden destruction gonna come. You know, because I'm be honest with you, the way the world is now, and they start talking about peace, you better start packing your bags.
Sit back there.
Start getting your bag packed.
That's the way. That's the reason why he said there's a way that seems right to man, but at the end of the
The
destruction.
destruction. That's right. Who got
That's because you know the truth well enough. The day of the Lord will race unto the scene and surprise us like a thief in the night. People will be going out about their business, chanting, all is well, all is at peace. And in the next moment, ruin and destruction will suddenly seize them, as labor pains grab a woman about to give birth. For then there will be no escape.
Do you see that? That's another warning that Paul was talking about. He said when people start talking about peace, you know, he said then sudden destruction, just like a woman that getting ready to give birth. To be honest with you, let me say something right quickly. Even now, listen to this. Right now, the earth is travailing. You missed that. All these things, these earthquakes, these twisters, and all that stuff, the earth is travailing. Just like a woman getting ready to have birth, all these things is a travail. That's what it is. We're going through a travail period now. That's what Paul talked about. The world knows nothing about this. Very few churches teach it. That's what it's saying. Destruction, all these kind of things, the world, this whole world is travail. Do everybody see it? Anything else somebody want to bring out, we go to the next one. Look at the 4th verse. But you, brethren, are what?
But you, brethren, are not in darkness,
Go ahead.
that day shall overtake you as a thief.
What he say?
But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you.
Well, what he
as a
talking
thief.
about? He said we not. What he talking about?
And I mean, we are aware. We're gonna know these things.
We gonna what?
We're gonna know them. We're gonna see them.
We've been taught.
We've been taught.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. He said, you not in darkness. Why? Just like you said. We being taught these things. He said, you not in darkness. When you see these things come to pass, you know what's about to happen. We not in darkness. It's not going to overtake us like a thief. You see what I'm saying? We being enlightened. How you being like what we being taught tonight?
Yes.
That's what Paul is talking about. He said it won't overtake us like a thief in the night.
Right.
It ain't supposed to overtake us because we're not in the darkness. Why? Because we got the word. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, anything else before I'm trying to get many of these verses because we hadn't been missing. Trying to get many of these verses that we can. But you know, this is good. Do anybody see anything else you want to bring out?
Can I say this too, Bishop? And like what you were saying too about the rapture. You know, like the Antichrist coming, he gonna come with peace. But you know, God's gonna take us out of this peace, out of this world. You know, even in the rapture. But that's still not the end. That's still, a lot of people think that's the end, but that's still not the end yet. So we don't know when the rapture taking place either.
That's right. Coach, I'm gonna. You know, wonder why he hid that from us.
Be ready.
To what?
Yeah, be ready.
Like you just said, you can't live any kind of way and think I can get prepared in a moment and twinkling of an eye. That ain't gonna happen. He didn't tell you because he don't want you guys to live like the devil. Well, I know next week we be getting up out of here. So I got to start getting all my ducks in a row. That ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. You're absolutely right. He wants you to be ready. Okay, brother.
And also, both on Matthew's and where we came from brings out in Revelations 12. And there it appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon upon her feet, and upon her head was a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. So like you're saying, the earth is going through a birth pain. That's what they're talking about, the churches. You know, the churches is travailing and praying, you know, and when the churches get together like they should, because they're going to get together because the word said it is, you know, that's when everything's going to start falling, when we get persecuted. You know, that's why the Bible says, you know, let the grass grow up with the wheat. Let it grow. Because if you try to pull the grass out with the wheat, you're going to mess up the whole harvest. Let them grow. Because when the angels come and cut it, the ones that's not doing right will get thrown in the fire. And the harvest comes up. See, that's what Satan trying to get people, you know, with their own set of rules and stuff, and get people to look at clothes and the way their histories and the way they talk, the way they dress, what they drive and not. Satan put this in the church, you know, to try to keep division in it. You know, but if the church is where it should be, let all that come in, because the clothes and what we drive, how much money in our banking account, or how poor we are, that doesn't matter if we coming for the word, because everybody got their own purpose in the body of Christ. Even if people come in trying to divide the church, let them in. The wheat must grow up with the tare. It's got to, because some of that tare gonna end up becoming wheat if they stay. But if we don't never give them a chance, we push them all out. Then Satan's purpose, that's all he wants.
You're right. You're right. You go back what you just saying. The earth is we going through a trying period. That's what we're going through. Okay, let's go back to 1 Thessalonians 5. Okay, look at the 5th verse, because it all tie in to Matthew, the 24th chapter of Matthew. All this shit tied in together. Look at the 5th verse. You are not the children of what? The 5th verse.
You are
All the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness.
What is that saying?
When we become children of light, we become children of God. And so that means we're not no longer living in darkness along our sinful life. than we once were because we've been brought to the truth. So we just tell them, you know, we're children of the light now. In other words, we have a light to let shine.
The Bible says the innocent of God's word brings light. Empty. Okay. Okay.
And you brought this out in one of the Bible studies. That's why I say I listen to y'all, go back and study what y'all say. So, and you brought it out. This is why Satan deals with try to close our mindset. We're not in darkness no more. That's why I say renew your mind every day. If you renew your mind every day, you won't be in darkness. You'll be enlightened.
That's right.
So it would say you are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor the darkness. That means that we, the ones that renew their mind and study their Bible and listen to their elders and do the things that they should be, we'll be children of light. We'll be the salt. That's how the salt don't lose its flavor. You brought that out in one of your service too. That we need to be salt, don't lose our flavor. We won't be in the darkness and want to do what we want to do. We stick to the word of God and let our emotions and stuff, don't get in the way of what we're supposed to do as men and women of God.
That's right. The word, what the word do, it throw light. It shows us. That's what the word do. And that's what he said right here. He said, you are not the children, you are all the children of the light. Talking about the word. The word will give us the light. He said, in the children of the day, we are not of the night nor of darkness. When you walk in the darkness, you ain't got God's word. You don't know what the word is saying. That's what he's talking about. We at what the 2 Corinthians 4 and 5 be telling that. But when you study God's word, it throw, like I go back and say, he say, the entry of God's word bring us light, give us light. When God's word enters us, we are light. We in light. We see. In other words, we can see what we're blind. We can see. So we are not children of the dark. We are children of the light. And this is what God trying to do tonight. God is trying to show us, look here. We need to know what the word said because you need to be enlightened. You need to know. He don't want to be saved and ignorant.
Amen.
No. Amen.
That's what he's talking about. So we are children of the light. How do we got to be children of the light? Because we know what the word of God says. We're not walking in dark. Now, again, there's a lot of people is not getting what we get.
That's true.
They're not getting it. They're getting religion. They're getting a lot of that. They're getting a lot of tradition.
Right.
But when it comes to the word, a whole lot of people ain't getting it. So this is what Paul is saying. So we're not children of the darkness. Again, what are you telling us? He's telling us, get prepared and be prepared. Because we never know.
Right.
He said, Christ don't come like a thief in the night. I told you one time, this has been years ago, probably about 15, 20 years ago. I was out there in the yard, and it come a thunderstorm. This lightning shot across the sky, shot across. What called it? Some of y'all probably seen it. Just a flash. God told me, say, that's how my son coming back. You think you got time to get ready?
No.
That lightning went across so fast, you get, he said, that's how my son gonna come. He said, he gonna come like a lightning. So, if now you hear Brother Carl would say this shit, that was a favorite saying. He said, whatever you do, you better do it good. He said, be good at it. In other words, he said, you ain't gonna have time to get ready. He said, whatever you do, make sure you're good at it. So this is what God is doing. He preparing us. Be ready. That's all he's saying. Be ready.
Okay.
Any more questions before we go ahead on?
And two, Bishop, like darkness, we don't have, so see, we get the word tonight. We shouldn't be blind, in what we being taught. And see, the world is blind to God's word. Religion is blind. Tradition is blind.
That's right.
To the word of God. But God is so graceful to us that we can get the truth, hear the truth, do the truth. And I thank God for that. So we can't say we blind.
We're not blind. When I seen that thing went by, like I said, about 3 weeks ago wipe their whole, just about wipe their whole town, wipe it out. And those people just walk, them people just said, this is my whole life. Say, they didn't know.
Yeah.
That fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
We ain't in the darkness, we know. The word already said that. That's what the word says. There's going to be twists and earthquakes and dire places. They're just part of the prophecy what God's talking about. They ain't seen it that way. They just seen it as a disaster. It's more than a disaster. It's prophecy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's more than just a disaster.
Yeah.
Christ already told us that these things going to happen. It should surprise us. You know, sometimes when things happen, seem like the body of Christ believer, it just surprises the world. We shouldn't be, because we're not in darkness. When I saw this, I mean, my heart go out for the people. I got sick to the phone. But he said he's going to be in dire places. And it's going to continue to go right on. It's not going to stop. So we're not in darkness. These things happen. He already said it's going to happen.
That's right.
And like we just said, if God says something, it can be reversed.
No, you can't.
Just like what this false prophet, when he told me, said to try to get him to curse Israel, he said, what God had said, he said, he can reverse it. He said, every time I try to curse Israel, he said, I blessed him. Never could curse him. So what God said, it can be reversed. If he said it's going to grow worse and worse, I don't care what you try to do, you can't be stopped.
Yeah.
So we're in prophecy. Thank God we know though. Okay, Bishop.
And then too, I got to read right in the Bible. He said, we don't belong to in darkness and night.
That's right. We don't belong there.
We don't belong there.
Because we know what the word says.
Amen.
Now to a lot of people, this is boring. This is boring. See, folks wait to disaster. They wait to disaster. They're like 9/11 up there in Rock Hill, where I go, you to get my supply and stuff, but except for, he in Florida. That's where I go. But when that thing happened, he told us, he said, I sold more Bible than I ever sold. It done happen there. What you gonna do with a Bible? It done already happened. What you gonna do with a Bible? You should have known. Listen, the Bible should have been in you before it even happened. But that was gonna happen. The time of the return of Christ, it's gonna be people when it does happen, and they'll find it is gonna happen. They're gonna start trying to get prepared. That don't work like that. He says so more Bible. And I'll give you another example. If something a disaster get ready to strike, church will be full.
Yeah.
2 weeks after the disaster, church is empty again.
Yeah. Like you do.
You know why? Because people are not taking heed to what the word says. They're still in darkness. Do everybody see that?
Yes.
We should always stay prepared. Not trying to get prepared, stay prepared. Let's go to the next one. Look at the third, 6th verse. Let us not do what?
Sleep.
As others.
But let us watch and do what?
Be sober.
So, clever mind.
Be what?
Clever mind.
Clever man. That's clever man. That's right. That 6th verse, let us not sleep. That's what?
Others.
So they let us know some still sleeping ain't.
Yes.
Ain't that what it's saying?
That's
He
right.
said, let us not sleep as others do. But let us watch. Let us do what?
Watch.
Watch.
Stay alert and be
Wait a
sober.
minute. Let us do what?
Stay alert.
Stay alert. Watch what happens. Watch what's going on around us. That's what he's telling the doctor. He said, watch. Paul is saying, watch. That's what he's saying. All these things that's happening, he said, watch. But these are signs that Christ is on his way back.
That's right.
Watch. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
He said, they're sober. He said, what that verse says?
Be sober.
Let us not sleep.
As others.
Do you think he's talking about sleep in your bed?
No, spiritually sleep.
What kind?
Spiritual sleep.
You think people spiritually sleep?
Yes, very drunk.
That's it. He said, let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. Do everybody see that? Don't be, in other words, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up, in the stuff you ain't got no business.
That's right.
He's sober means clear mind, clear thinking. Watch and be clear thinking. That's what he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else? Are we giving it winding down? Because I'm going to say 30. Anybody else want to read?
So God took his word and took a natural thing to explain to us a spiritual thing, about the word of God. So we got to be sober, we got to be alert, we got to be able to watch it, like you said, like the word of God says, watch. you know, and watch the sign. Watch what's going on, you know, in this world.
That's right. That's exactly right. Okay, anybody else? You brought out something, the world. This is what he telling us. You're absolutely right. Don't be drunk with the world, things of the world. Don't be drunk with that. He would be sober-minded. You know, it's people are so caught up in everything but the word.
Yes.
So that's what he telling us. Don't be drunk with things of the world, but be sober-minded. All these things, you know, they show stuff on the TV. I'm going back to Matthew again. I really won't get it up, but I want to tell you, but we get it, we'll come back on Matthew 5 and 6. We're talking about the desolation of Daniel. We're sure what he's talking about. But you got people, you know, they show cities how they're ruined now. You know, they show parts of Rome when Paul was there, city they're ruined. But when Paul was there during that particular time, they was famous.
Sure.
But now it's ruined.
Yeah.
So what he's telling them, don't get caught in these kind of things because all these things is decaying.
Yes, it is.
All these things are coming to an end.
Yes.
So they said, don't get drunk with, don't get caught with the drunkards of the world. People that watching YouTube, they watch. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but make sure you get the right stuff.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know, all that stuff that you see on YouTube, that you see on Facebook, people be calling me about that. I say, I ain't even on Facebook. That's a gospel book.
Sure will.
I ain't got time to be on Facebook. You listen to, I don't have time for that because they got YouTube, Facebook,
Instagram.
all that kind of stuff. All of that. We come along, again, there ain't nothing wrong with that. We come along, we have one kind of book. That was the book. We didn't have all that kind of stuff. It done got a lot of people all messed up because they listen at this one. And I like what I hear the preacher say. They say, I can't listen to everybody because one preacher one thing, this preacher one thing, this preacher another thing. You come confused. If you just stick with this right here, you won't come confused.
Amen.
That's what we need to stick with this right here. That's what he's talking about. They are drunk. A lot of people are drunk with the things of the world. They're so caught with all these kind of things, they don't know what to believe.
That's
True.
Amen.
This is the only thing right here that is the truth. That's what we stick to. Okay, Bishop.
Bishop, and too, you know, when it says don't be sleep at others, it's a lot of saints that fell off to sleep.
That's right.
I mean, that's the reason why they going after things in their own way because they done fell off to sleep. And when you sleep, I mean, you really don't know what you're doing. Concerning the spirit, when you sleep concerning these spiritual things, you do not know what you're doing.
That's exactly right.
And you seldom do anything.
You're right. You go to sleep. Spirit, you in trouble. You know, I got to close down. In Vietnam, what we did, we always had somebody guard. You always be somebody on guard duty. This guy, be honest with you, for some reason or another, America don't like rain. You know, we don't like to get wet. We don't want our clothes sticking to it. I never did like it. That wasn't the time we really fight you. Because they know America don't like to get wet. They didn't care nothing about getting wet. But he was getting off duty. He was getting ready to get off duty. He talked to the other guy. He was asleep. He was asleep. You know, he was getting off duty, getting ready to tell another guy, you know, it's time for us to get off duty. You know, we changing over. This guy sleep. He sleep. Now, you know, because we don't be together. You know, we may be one right here, another may be just about to the cars out there. We spread it up. But he went to tell us to look at time to get off duty. This guy sleep. Now suppose we had to come on the attack. All of us could have got killed.
Right, he wouldn't know nothing about
He
it.
sleep. He sleep. So this is what the scripture tells us. Don't you sleep as others do. And can I keep it real? You know, he ain't talking about all sinners either.
No, it's about the church.
It's in my church too, saints.
You're right. He really talking about, there's some in the church, they sleep. Don't you sleep like them? They're not interested in God. They're not interested in the rapture. They're not interested in the world. You see them asleep. Don't you sleep like them. Don't you sleep like they do. You got some don't care when they come to church. I come to church all right, but don't is all right. If I don't care. These people are asleep. So Paul ain't talking about the same. This is direct to the church.
Amen.
To the saints.
Yeah.
There are people in the church that sleep. And then there's some, you know, I'm talking about snatch to sleep in the church too. You got to wait for it. Sit up in the church sleep. Praying, go to sleep. You know. So Paul is talking spiritually, but I'm be honest with you, you can relate it to something natural as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I probably get laughed at, but you just brought something out that clarified something for me about a year and a half ago. I think I talked to my mom about it. So if I get laughed at by, you know, I don't really care anymore. I had a dream or a vision. It was three ministers, no faces, and they was ministering, but they had a loudspeaker. I'm talking about speakers everywhere. I'm talking about it was loud enough, but you can't understand nothing what neither one of them was saying, because they were talking at one time, and then you looked out at the whole church, everybody was asleep. Remember I told y'all about that? Mm-hmm. And that clarified, you know, what you brought out today. It's a lot of people sleep. You know, the word is getting taught, but it's not the word. It's not the doctor understanding now. The right doctrine not getting preached. Everybody want to get itch near. So you got a lot of people fighting over the microphone, but the word of God not getting brought out, and the church is asleep. I think about it.
You know
That's a
what?
blessing.
It's bad with it. I went to a church in Lincoln. I tell you what the church was. You know what Family Dollar at in Lincoln? Mm-hmm. You know you take the road. You know you can take at Family Dollar. You take the road to the right, go back in there. You know the first brick church you get to. Y'all probably seen that church, the first brick church. You know what I'm talking about? I went to that church. They were having some. I forgot who invited me, but it was just for me. And so I went to that church, and the brother that was bringing the word, he said something. To go back to what Brother Mayman said. He said, I was at this church. He said, when I walked into the pulpit and sat down, he said, I looked across the congregation, I ain't seen nothing but skeleton. He said that. I think with me missionary, I don't think Bishop I wasn't when I went over there at that time. I might have been missionary.
That's what you did.
Me missionary. But there was that church. Soon you turn to the right, that church said right there on the right. That preacher got to say the same thing with man. He said, I went to the church, I was speaking, he said, when I went into the pulpit and sat down, he said, I looked across the congregation, I see nothing but skeletons. They're scary. That's what he said. What they hear, all of them spiritually asleep. This is going to church. That's all of them. We better be careful who we follow. And we better be careful for everything we listen. Don't lend your ear to everything, because everything, with a lot of stuff that people are preaching, is for publicity and for themselves. You better be careful. But he said that. I mean, everybody might drop through. You know, they weren't expecting that. They didn't see that coming. I didn't either. No, nobody in church. He saw a whole church for nothing but skeleton.
That was a year and a half ago, wasn't it? And my mom and them told me, don't worry about it. You know, it'll get brought to me. Yeah. And that was one of them tonight. That cleared it out for me tonight. That's why I love Bible study. I love my elders. I love church. You know, some people feel like, you know, well, you know, it ain't just because it's not important to you, because you don't come to church, don't put me in that. It's important to me because I got a reason. You know, I know where my blessing, my healing coming from. You know, they testify and they witness to me, you know, to bring me, to pull me here, but my anointing and my blessing is in the church.
It is important to come to the church. If it wasn't important, why did scripture say that every Sabbath Jesus found himself going into the temple, going into, that was his custom. Why? Because he brought it from the youth. Yeah. He said, as his custom was, if you read it in Luke 4:18, say as his custom was. He found himself going into the temple every Sabbath. But coming up, Lord willing, next week we get into it. We're gonna continue there. We're gonna go back what David, Jesus was talking about when you see the desolation, the abomination and the desolation of Daniel. We're gonna show you what he's talking about, and it's very important because this is the hour that we're in. More people don't even know. You probably won't even hear nobody preach about the abomination, desolation. They don't know what it is, but it's very important because we're heading toward those times right now. I thought we were gonna get into today, but you know, the Holy Spirit got away. I'm just being obedient. Praise God. Let's get a master brief behind you first.